In this video, we're going to share some of our favorite tools for Morse code and CW fans. We're going to share our favorites that you may not have heard of yet.
And we'll be introducing a few brand new ones that we built ourselves. I once heard from somebody talking about a totally different hobby, that there aren't very many people that are into it, but those that are into it are super into it. So we think that you're going to love these tools, whether you're new or you just want to go really dig into Morse code.
And they're a lot of fun.
We're going to cover some great tools for practicing Morse code and for practicing things like POTA and some Morse code games. Believe it or not, there's Morse code games.
Yes. And please leave a comment if you have any other great tools or games that we don't cover in this video.
Hopefully this is just part one and we'll have to make a whole nother video of all the other tools that y'all let us know about.
Right. Before we get into some of these tools, the most important ones are the ones that actually help you learn Morse code.
And we made a whole video dedicated to that. So if you haven't already watched it, there's going to be a link in the description below, and we'll link it at the end of this video.
Yeah.
But one of the apps that we cover in that we just at least have to touch on, even though we're not going to cover it in detail here, is Morse Mania. It makes learning Morse code like a game. You don't have to think about how you're learning. You just learn the letters, and by the end of it, you'll have learned all your letters.
And that's exactly how I learned all my letters, was through that app.
We're going to kick off our list with some tools specifically built for practicing. And no list would be complete without the famous VBand and its cousin Vail. Both of these tools allow you to be able to have conversations or QSOs over the internet.
VBand sells these little adapters that actually allow you to use your key when practicing on the internet.
And we made a whole video dedicated to that. So again, we'll put a link in the description instead of covering it in detail, but just wanted to point out that those are some great websites if you want to be able to do that. And Vail is its lesser known cousin. It's entirely open source, so you can download it and run it on your own. And then same thing with the adapter. If you want to build your own, you can build your own Vail adapter that works very similar to that, with a couple of advantages that Neil, the author, covers in detail on his page.
The next tool is one that we have not announced yet. We are super excited, but disclaimer, we absolutely love getting on the air. We love calling CQ. You never know who's going to come back to you, but you want to make sure you make that contact and you understand each other. So we really don't mind slowing down when we need to.
Yeah, but when you're trying to practice and you're trying to gain skills, you need to be more risky and be able to push the limits. And that's when this new tool comes in. The new tool is CW Bot. CW Bot is a brand new tool from us for being able to practice having conversations, but you're having it with a bot, so you can dial up the settings and really challenge your skills.
Yeah.
And just like VBand and Vail, it works with the VBand and the Vail adapters, so you can use a real key with it. Or if you don't have one, you can start by using the keyboard.
A great part about it is it's kind of a stress-free environment where you can really push yourself to get better.
This is CW Bot. When you first start it, it's going to spin up a brand new virtual friend for you to be able to have a conversation with. So if you click this profile icon on the top, you'll be able to cheat and it'll show you their profile information. But a better way is to be able to have a conversation with them and find out about the details of them without clicking on their profile. And then there's a settings section. And this is where you can dial it in to be able to challenge yourself and kind of test your limits. If you're able to copy solidly at 15 words per minute, you can crank it up to something that is going to challenge you. You can also choose whether or not it's a straight key or iambic A or B. I can add other ones if you want me to. Just add a comment below. So let's take it for a test drive. So what you want to do is you can key in a message to your sparring partner, and you can say anything that you want, and then you end it with either a K or a BK at the very end, and then it'll respond back to you. Oops. And then when it responds back, if at any point in time, if you want to stop it, you can just hit any key. But then I'm going to show you you can click this button to be able to hide the messages.
So now when it responds back, we're not going to be able to read what he's saying, and we have to practice our decoding.
Nice.
Two.
Meet.
You.
And I'm just going to tap a key to abort it because I think you probably get the idea. Because of the fact that this is AI based, little bitty mistakes don't matter. If you misspell something and you need to repeat a word or something like that, it generally can make sense of whatever it is that you're trying to say because it's cool like that. So I think you probably generally get the idea. It's pretty simple. You can chat with the bot using Morse code. You can toggle on and off the messages. I like to have them toggled off. That way I'm trying to decode it myself. And then only if I really, really miss a word or two, enough to miss the gist of it.
It feels like a conversation. So the things coming back to you make sense in what you said to it instead of just a scripted QSO type format.
And so those are the conversational practice tools. We've got a bunch more.
Yes. So real quick before we move on, we have this little icon down here at the bottom. I'm sure some of you have seen it already. We've never talked about it on our channel, and thank you. Your name's on the screen if you've already found this and donated to us. We really, really appreciate it. So if you're inclined and you want to help us and buy us a coffee sometime, we'd appreciate it. It's just a way to help keep us going.
Yeah, thank you so much. As we move away from the conversational tools, again, we love being on the air. We think that's the fun of being able to meet new people and stuff like that. So not suggesting that this is anything like a replacement for that. This is just for when you need to be able to practice or for times when you can't be on the air.
Yeah.
Moving on to another practice tool. This one's called Morse Walker. This one's from Henry, W6NYC. We actually use this one a ton ever since we discovered it.
Yeah.
And so we use this for POTA activator practice, but you can use it for other kinds of contests, the ones that are listed here. I can't really speak to the other ones because we don't really do these ones. But for POTA activations, when we're on the way to go do a POTA activation, we'll often fire this up and use this to warm our brain up and practice pulling out call signs. And I think both of us kind of take turns throughout the day sometimes doing, hey, I just did an activation when we're actually doing it through this. So the way that it works is you fill in your settings over here. So you can put in your preferences for how you like to send. And then these are where you can put in your preferences for the responding stations. Make it so that you're more likely to have a pileup or not likely to have a pileup at all.
And the whole app is just very self-explanatory, and you can kind of just go in and play with it to come up with the different settings.
One of the really cool things is it's got effects. So it actually simulates the noise of the radio and QSB. And so just a quick demo of what it's like.
He's calling POTA.
You have to get the call sign.
Oh no. W. That's all I got. Oh, you got one? WB. Got it wrong. D and B.
Ah, dang it. I messed up my D's and my B's.
So now we're sending their signal report, and then we're listening to what they give us. 599, Tennessee.
All right, so that gives you a taste of what it's like. So you basically, and then you can see here, there's 3 active stations out there. So the next one's going to be another pileup. So
Right.
Great practice for call signs, great practice for trying to pull call signs out of pileups. If you watch any of our activation videos, maybe we're getting a little bit better.
We get pileups quite a bit, and this really does help because you start to hear a tone and you try to follow it through the pileup.
Yeah. And they're still scary, and we still suck at them. So don't be scared of them yourself. Go out and activate anyways.
That's right.
This next one is called Morse Invaders. And this one's by Eddie, Ke6EEK.
Right.
And I actually met Eddie, a little bit of trivia, on VBand initially.
Yep.
And he actually introduced me to the whole idea of Morse code games in the first place. I have it on straight key mode for Becky.
Speed doesn't matter because it's on straight key mode.
Yeah. And so it's just like kind of like Space Invaders. The words come from from above.
Oh no, I messed up.
So hopefully you get the idea. So it starts off pretty slow, but trust me, it definitely speeds up.
Yeah.
So when we first discovered this, I think both of us lost a couple of nights to the fact that we couldn't stop playing it. I think she got on to the high score. And
Yeah, but now you can't get on the high score board because everybody's playing it and they're all really good.
I thought I was doing really good today. I didn't even come close. But and also thanks to Eddie, he threw in a couple of Easter eggs. Our call signs were in there.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that they're not in there anymore because when the call signs come, that's one the challenging ones, and then I don't want anybody mad at me because they can't get in my call sign. It is a really good way to get used to being able to send all the letters and stuff like that.
And and you have to have your spacing good.
And thank you to Eddie for making his tools underneath this that make it possible to build a game out of Morse code open source. He has them on GitHub, and I'll have that link below in case anybody else wants to make a Morse code game.
Right. And of course, we wanted to make a Morse code game. So we're super excited about this one. It is called Morse Code Battleship. So let's talk about what it does.
So this was kind of inspired by the classic Battleship game, where you don't know where the other person's ships are and stuff like that. And so when you load it up, you can get the instructions by just clicking here. We'll listen to just little bit of it.
We have disabled all of your communications. Time to surrender.
This is a pre-recorded message. Someone must have tried to disable our communications. All right, cadet. Now is your chance to prove yourself.
So the gist of it is all the communications are gone, but we happen to know Morse code, so we can help destroy the enemies.
So if you just click there and listen to all the instructions, it should tell you all the rules and all that kind of stuff. But I'll give a really quick whirlwind tour just because it seems like it's complicated, but it's not really, and maybe this will help. So just like the grid squares divide the Earth up and give you a way to be able to identify a location, the battlefield is divided up into squares, and the words on each square identify that location. And so these green dots, these are our turrets, or our things that can shoot weapons. And the bad guy has the same number of them randomly scattered around the battlefield, just like real Battleship. And you can see the score at the top left. This shows how many we have and how many they have left, even though they're all hidden.
The cool part is you have to know Morse code to do this. So first thing you do is you pick the square you're going to shoot from. So for this one example, you would have to key in the word queen. The next thing you do is pick what weapon you want to use. You can use a missile, scatter, or blast, but be careful because with scatter and blast, you have limited number of weapons. So scatter, you only have 10, and a blast, which is the most powerful, you only get one of those, so you kind of have to save it. Then after you pick your weapon, then you key in the grid square where you want to shoot.
Yeah, so the command is basically you pick the square for your green guy, which weapon, and then the square to try to shoot the bad guy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, about every 30 seconds, the enemy is going to fire and it's going to randomly hit somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So you're kind of racing against the clock. You have to try to get all of them before they randomly blow up all of yours.
Yeah, and it's stressful because it's beeping at you and you're trying to key stuff in.
But if you can decode Morse code, there is a secret. So you can click the Morse hint at the top, and in Morse code, it will play the word associated with a square of one of the enemy's bad guys.
Yeah.
So what I kind of do is I try to just use the weapons and try to guess where they're at, and then when I know it's kind of getting down to crunch time, then I start cheating and clicking the Morse code hit.
It's not cheating, it's practice.
All right. So here's how it goes.
We have disabled all.
All right. We'll skip the instructions. All right.
Okay. So I'm going to send from the queen square. And I'm going to send scatter.
Weapon selected.
And I'm going to send it to waltz.
Target selected.
And then I hit K. Oh no. So that was scatter, so it actually did
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Incoming.
no.
This is the bad guy about to get us. All right. And so the red squares are where the bad guys shot us, and luckily they didn't get any of our green guys. And the green ones are where we have shot, and we didn't get any of them either.
Yes, let's cheat.
And then if you need to cheat, you can press this.
Limbo. Yes. Okay, so now we know there's one at limbo. So I already started typing queen. I'm going to finish that. I'm going to shoot a missile to limbo.
Selected.
Okay, I'm gonna hit K. And
Got
we got him.
Yep, and you can see at the top, we still got all 5 of ours.
Oh
And we're down
no.
to 4.
We'll see if he gets one this time. Nope.
Yay. That's Morse Battleship. Hopefully you like that also. If you have any suggestions for features for that or anything like that, leave them in the comments below.
Right. And just so you know, we absolutely read all the comments. It's a lot of fun. The last tool that we've actually already done a video on, and it's working great, is the QSO Finder.
And so if you haven't already checked that out, that video will also be in the description below. But it's a tool if you're looking for regular conversational type QSOs, whether it's a quick exchange or a rag chew, it's meant to be able to make it easy to be discovered.
On the air. This is not one of the practice tools. This is an on the air, posting yourself and calling CQ, and people can look at your card and come find you.
So hopefully we gave you at least a couple of tools that you haven't heard about, and we got a chance to tell you about some of our new ones. We can't wait to hear what you think about these and see if you have any that we haven't heard of yet.
Right. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It really is a great way to support us and doesn't cost you anything.
And if you'd like to be able to support us through Buy Me a Coffee, we do have these links now that are on several of the tools that we made and our website. And thank you so much to the people that are on your screen now that generously gave before we even had mentioned the fact that we even have it. We thank you so much for your support.
Yes.
It takes a lot of time to be able to make these videos and stuff like that, but we absolutely love CW and the community of all the people. And so this is also a way for us to be able to give back to everybody. So thank you for supporting us, and
Yes.
thank you for watching our videos.
Yes, we really do appreciate your support. Thank you.
73 and 72.